Hi friends. If you need to trim up a bunch of half square triangles, the Bloc Loc ruler is going to be a really good way for you to get it done quickly and accurately. So this one right here is 4.5 inches. Since we're doing a smaller half square triangle, we're going to finish this out at 2.5 inches, but there are several size options with these. So there's this little ridge in the back that actually nestles into the bump of your seam allowance. So keep in mind, if you're wanting to use one of these, you're not going to want to press your seams open. You're going to want to press them to the side. So this line here that goes from one corner to the other is what you're going to want to line up with. You can see if you lined up to this lower line, it's not going to cut correctly. So that's how we do it, just like this. So let's get going. First we lay our block down, ruler on top, and we're going to make sure it's kind of locked in correctly. So we don't want it angled any way at all. We just want it to nestle right up against there. And sometimes it helps to wiggle it just like that. Okay, and then the next thing we're going to do is check to make sure that we have enough block underneath our ruler that we're not going to trim it too small. So the way we do that is to just check our finished size is going to be 2.5 inches. So before we trim up this side, we're going to check this side to make sure it reaches at least to the 2.5 inch line, preferably a little bit over, just in case if you have a little slippage or anything, you can trim this side up more. So let's do this thing. Now, I want you to be really careful when you go to make this second cut. First, you don't want to slide your ruler at all, but second, you do not want to nick your blade on the edge of this. So as you're going in for your cut, just be really careful and pay attention to what you're doing. You're going to go through a lot of blades really quickly if you're constantly nicking them. So our next step is to just flip this whole ruler and block all together. We put one finger down on each side and just flip like that, easy as pie. And we slide this down to the 2.5 inch line. You can see here and here we're lined up at 2.5 inches, and we make our second set of cuts. Hold your ruler steady, one cut there, and the next here. So as you can see, that makes a really good half square triangle. Oh, we've got this little, there we go, just trim that off. We've got a really great half square triangle that's perfectly 2.5 inches, and the seam lines up at each point.